Now that the recording has started, Kanika, Angad, I really, really want to welcome you. First and foremost, very, very happy Valentine's to two of you. How is the Valentine's Day planning coming on?
Oh, happy Valentine's Day to you as well.
Thank you
We
so
are
much.
not together on this Valentine.
Oh,
He's home. I'm at my maternal home.
okay.
But as we say that know that the souls should connect. So that is
Absolutely.
what is there in our scenario, I guess.
I feel when you say souls connect, Angad, for men, we have a different sign. They realize it differently. Women have different signs to receive. So how was the telltale sign between the two of you?
Telltale signs, probably you just click. एक बार में पता चल जाता है. Yeah, I mean, there you cannot put it in words. Yeah, you cannot explain it in a real sense. I mean, in words, or you cannot express it. But you realize eventually. I think for men, it's like an instant decision. We don't. हमारे पास इतना दिमाग नहीं होता कि हम सोचें how, what, when, where. If it clicks, if it is looking good, it clicks. That's it.
And I totally agree with Angad. Men's के पास इतना दिमाग नहीं होता.
That is one fair agreement. That is one very, very fair agreement. But then, okay, so Kanika, what were your telltale signs?
See, I've been like, no, I'm not a kind of a person who would see the signs and everything. I'm mostly go with the flow kind of a person. तो मेरे साथ तो यही था. From my side it was always वो friendship वाला चीज जैसे होता है. But then it went with the flow. None of us, I think, we never proposed to each other. There was no proposal and everything, and it just started happening, and we ended up marrying each other.
Oh, okay. So how long have you both known each other?
We've known each other since 2018.
Lovely. Lovely.
And we met at a friend's wedding, his best friend and my best friend. So they both got married, and that was the time when we met each other at the wedding.
Great, great.
So
Okay.
this is how we met. I was the bride squad, he was the groom squad.
So Angad, what was the first question? What do you do? Is that the question that you normally ask? Or what is it? What happened?
What do you do is exactly, I mean, I don't know how you guessed it, but that's the first question I ask. When I meet anybody, what do you do for a living? Yeah, how do you spend your 8-12 hours of your day? Do you work for somebody? Do you have your own thing? Yeah, what area you are in? So that was it. So, but eventually, I mean, वो एक typical filmy story है कि so is this an English thing, or can we move
It's absolutely okay. Feel comfortable. Yeah.
तो हमारी बहुत फिल्मी सी स्टोरी है कि वो पंजाबी वेडिंग्स होती हैं, उस पे वैसे ही वो वाला मोड होता है. देयर इज अ डिफरेंट मोड वी आर इन, एंड ऑब्वियसली वो ग्रूम और वो वाला जो रस्में हो रही थी ना, तो उसी में ही हम खेल खेल के वी जस्ट मेट ईच अदर. और हम दोनों के आई थिंक बहुत बहुत कंफर्टेबल हो गए हम एकदम से एक दूसरे के साथ, बिकॉज हम दोनों बहुत we don't have a formal approach. Yeah, we are not very rigid. So वो बहुत ज़्यादा common factor था. So probably मिलने के 15 मिनट बाद we were fighting for the जूता. वो human pile बना के, जिसमें मैं सबसे नीचे था और कनिका ऊपर बैठी हुई थी मेरे. So that I mean वो comfort level एकदम से था. तो probably that's how it works. That's what I saw कि वो क्लिक करना होता है तो वो 10 मिनट लगते हैं क्लिक करने में.
So Kanika, what was your response when he said, "What do you do?" It's professionally inclined as well, of course. So I mean, normally when we select
कनिका
our
का
partner,
कनिका का रिस्पॉन्स था कि ये not the right time to talk about what do you do.
wow.
ये टाइम है पूछने का what do you drink. तो वो उस मोड में थी.
Kanika, now I know why it did not take you too much of time to decide on Angad.
Exactly.
So cool. So professionally, okay. So let me ask you both. Professionally, what was your background?
See, I have been in 2 call centers, right? I joined call center just for fun sake. But then, I started getting promotions, I started getting hikes. So I was happy and it was going on. And one fine day, I decided to open my own center.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into, with someone to go ahead and open a center, finding an investor there. And I started my own center, although it didn't work out. So,
Okay.
and I was okay with it because I was kind of a person who would like to take chances. Because I don't want to repent later that I didn't do this thing. That no, I should have done it. Maybe it would have worked.
Hmm.
So nahi chala, nahi chala. Then again, I started doing my own things, freelancing and everything. So later on, I joined RI Ayurveda, wherein I was exposed to skincare.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I was not into skincare at all. Being a tomboy my whole life,
Hmm.
I would not apply anything, and it was like a cosmetic to me, each and everything. I would not apply anything. I would not use anything. But then once I entered into the industry, I mean, Angad was the one who actually introduced me there. And I was like, probably this is where I belong. And I
Cool.
started taking interest in the same thing. We talked with Vidhu and I talked with Angad to let's come up with our own thing. We have the resources, we have the backing, let's go ahead and do it. So that is how we went into starting it, and that was my background. 2 years into skincare, and I'm starting my own company.
But that's brilliant because not only were you able to identify the gap, but you also made sure that this gap is fulfilled because you do not want to. I think I should be able to quote this. Um, Someone I recently heard saying that Rishika, which is the richest place on planet Earth, the graveyard, because all those multi-million ideas are sitting there.
There.
I've
Right.
been laid to rest. All those multi-million dollar ideas are laid to rest. So it's great because what I see is not only you as a personality, but even that you're living it. You're literally living that
Right.
idea, and that idea did not just sit at the backyard after even. So entrepreneurs are where they are sitting. Okay, let me experiment. Let me understand. Not only did you identify the gap, you were able to fill it up with the right cosmetic, of course, the right blend that you wanted to bring it, but you also able to pitch it to the world. I mean, it's out there on the TV. Tell me
You can
what
actually
went
say
into it.
it was just a sheer luck that Shark Tank was starting,
Mhm.
and we've been big, big, big fan of Shark Tank.
Yes,
Like we've
so
only
am I. Count me in.
yeah, we've only purchased Woot क्योंकि उस पे 13 सीजन आना था.
Oh wow, oh wow.
तभी उसका subscription लिया था हमने. And that is why, and हम लोग पीछे जा जाके भी we watch season 1, 2, 3 anytime, we used to watch it. And one day we never watched, so Sony वगैरह, only वो KBC time पे जब when it comes, to go ahead and watch it, or on YouTube or on app. So suddenly we saw that Shark Tank is coming to India,
Hmm.
and we were like, oh. And me and Angad was like, we actually, this happened. Like we saw each other the moment we saw the advertisement.
Wow.
We saw each other, we were like, we are applying it. Let's go ahead and apply.
This is like falling in love again, the adrenaline rush.
Yeah. And I remember, we used to watch Shark Tank and we used to tell this thing to each other, यार ये इंडिया आना चाहिए. ये इंडिया आएगा ना तो अपन जाएंगे. हम जाएंगे यहाँ पे. We'll surely go there.
Lovely, lovely.
So this happened, and Shark Tank was coming. It was like, and the best part was like we got selected,
Yeah, yeah. And that was in
and
the
we
first
feel lucky
season itself.
about it.
The first
Yeah,
season itself.
exactly. So
Angad,
that
what went
was
into the
for us.
pitching?
It was
Think we're losing Kanika.
Yeah. Angad, what went into the pitching? Was it difficult to propose or was it difficult to pitch?
Difficult to pitch. Propose तो मैंने आज तक नहीं करा.
Yes, you just mentioned that. Okay,
Difficult
so
to pitch. I'll tell you what part was difficult. So, I mean, if you ask me to talk about CosIQ, मैं अगले 24 घंटे के लिए बोल सकता हूँ what we are doing, what we want to do. बट शार्क टैंक में ना एक इनिशियल 3 मिनट का पिच होता है which you have to I mean the sharks don't interfere. वो 3 मिनट आपको जाके एक अपना प्रॉपर पिच याद करा हुआ वो बोलना होता है, जो स्क्रिप्टेड मतलब जो हम याद करके बोल रहे होते हैं. So that's the first 3 minutes.
And
And
just to and that is not scripted, that is our own written script.
स्क्रिप्टेड मतलब वो स्क्रिप्ट को पढ़ के बोलना होता है. उसके बाद तो then it's like a Q&A session. So if somebody asks you something, you are answering that. So it's extempore. तो जो याद करके बोलने वाला पार्ट है वो 3 मिनट का था, 2-3 मिनट का होता है जो इनिशियल होता है, where you are introducing your idea कि what are you here for, because जब हम वो टैंक के अंदर जाते हैं तो शार्क्स को नहीं पता कि ये क्या है. वो जो आइडिया इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे होते हैं ना, मैं वैसे CosIQ को बहुत अच्छी तरह इंट्रोड्यूस कर सकता हूँ, बट जब वो एक वही लाइन बोलनी है और वो हिंदी में बोलनी है एंड हम 2 लोग हैं, तो मैंने अपनी लाइन थोड़ी सी भी बदल दी या स्किप कर दी तो एंड कनिका विल नॉट बी एबल टू फॉलो.
Right.
So that was so tough. Eventually the content team जो हमें हेल्प कर रहे थे उन्होंने, तो we started with 50-50 lines. Eventually उनका तुम्हारे बस की नहीं है. They gave 90% of the lines to Kanika and मेरे को एक लाइन बीच में दे दी कि हाँ you are there, तो कुछ बोल देना.
Okay.
वो होता है ना लास्ट में फुल स्टॉप तुम लगा देना, बस that's it. Kanika did majority of the pitch and I was definitely बाद में जब question and answer था तो वो याद करके या वैसे नहीं बोलना था, you have to answer it from yourself. तो वो I was definitely a part of that. बट वो 3 मिनट याद करने में हमने 3 दिन लगा दिए थे और वो भी मेरे से तो नहीं हुआ था.
That reminds me, Anupam Mittal basically came up with this thing about saying that there's something wrong with your brand name. It's not, it's some people will misspell it and all of that. And I just love the two of your responses. You were ready to change the name. You even mentioned that maybe हम लोग बीच में कहीं dot लगा सकते थे. वो भी सोचा था. I think you mentioned that. And Kanika is saying that it is okay to do it now instead of changing it when जब बच्चा 10 साल का, I mean 10 साल में पहुंच जाएगा. So yeah, so I kind of relate to that. So Kanika, have you both decided to change the name? Is it CosIQ or is it going to be CosIQ? What have you decided?
Yeah, we're definitely giving it a thought. But with time, I guess, like, you know, people will get to know that how to pronounce it. अब rendezvous को भी पहले लोग rendezvous बोलते थे.
Right, absolutely.
So this will actually take a little bit of time, but then I'm pretty sure that people will get it. If not, we are giving it a thought. If we feel like something, we can go ahead and add or change something which we connect with. Because CosIQ, I think we connect with it. So if we connect with it, we'll definitely go ahead and change the names. हमको कोई problem नहीं है नाम change करने से, क्योंकि we believe in our product. As Angad said on the bank as well, कि हम product अच्छा बना रहे हैं. तो नाम जो
what went into that conceptualizing of the branding, both the colors and otherwise, and like we just mentioned some time back, did you take efforts to change your LinkedIn profile, make sure that your network is also getting to understand when you started with CosIQ? What went in that when it comes to branding, the colors, the fonts? How was that journey? How did you both select the look and feel of the product?
That was completely Angad.
Yeah, the creative mind.
Yes, he just has to take a yes from me, and he was the one who came up with the colors. And because I think pink is not just for women, you know, वो बहुत ज़्यादा ना tag लगाया हुआ है कि pink is girls, blue is boys. So skincare is for everyone. And we wanted to make pink and magenta part of everyone's life.
Oh, okay.
That is what actually went ahead in my mind. Angad has different view on this because it stands out.
हमारी पैकेजिंग बहुत डायरेक्ट है और
it is.
If you look at our bottle or our box, so we just communicate कि ये product क्या है. तो the whole idea about CosIQ is no fluff. We don't beat around the bush कि अच्छा, हम नींबू नहीं डालते अपने प्रोडक्ट में, हम विटामिन सी डालते हैं।
साइट्रस, हाँ.
तो दैट्स द होल आइडिया। तो बेसिकली कम्युनिकेशन बहुत क्लियर रखना है कि हमारे प्रोडक्ट में क्या है, कितने परसेंटेज है, एंड हाउ इट विल हेल्प यू, एंड दैट्स इट। उसके अलावा हम वो कोई फोटो नहीं लगाएंगे या कोई और गिमिक, देयर इज नो गिमिक अराउंड इट, दैट्स द
Right,
होल आइडिया।
right, right.
So it's
So
very direct,
so
very clear.
authentically, yeah, authentically, literally, you're presenting the product just the way it is.
Right. So that was the whole idea going behind the design. हमें नाम के लिए तो मिला था, अश्नीर was very candid on the show. तो पैकेजिंग, मतलब उन्होंने दो इनपुट थे जो मेरे को बहुत डिस्टिंक्टली उनके याद है, और आई मीन वो उनके लिए बहुत सारी चीजें आजकल अभी वो चल रहा है, देयर इज अ टर्मोइल गोइंग अराउंड, बट आई लाइक द वे he was with us, at least I don't know about the other pictures. He was very clear, very distinct, सीधा डायरेक्ट, ये अच्छा है, ये बुरा है, ये इम्प्रूव कर सकते हो, ये नहीं करोगे, ये करना पड़ेगा, वेरी क्लियर. सो ही सेड, एक तो तुम्हारा नाम सस्ता चाइनीज टीवी ब्रांड जैसा लगता
Right.
है. तो वो घूम फिर के मेरे को भी कहीं ना कहीं हिट करा. तो हम लोग उस पर थोड़ा सा सोच रहे हैं कि अच्छा डैश करें, नहीं करें, या बदले, इंट्रोड्यूस अ वर्ड इन दैट और समथिंग लाइक दैट. और दूसरी चीज उन्होंने बोली थी, पैकेजिंग तुम्हारी इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स की है, बिकॉज इंटरनेशनली इट इज, आई मीन दैट इज वेयर एवरीबडी इज मूविंग टुवर्ड्स. तो वो, हम नॉर्मली विटामिन सी सीरम देखते हैं जिसमें एक संतरा या एक नींबू का फोटो लगा होता है. तो दैट्स नॉट व्हाट वी वांट टू कम्युनिकेट. हमारा
Right.
बहुत सिंपल है, हम लिखते हैं क्या प्रोडक्ट है, क्या इंग्रेडिएंट है. वी हैव अ ब्रांड कलर मैजेंटा जो हमारे बॉक्सेस हैं, एंड Anupam wrote on our check पीछे की, let's paint the town pink.
Think.
Yeah, so that's the whole idea कि we needed a block color जो universal हो, and I don't think it's a female color या ऐसा female oriented color है. I think it's very universal, very clear, very direct. बहुत लोगों को in your face भी लगता है, but that's how we
It's
are.
bold. Like I said, it's authentic. It's bold. It just like it's very genuine. It's just outspoken, just like how it is supposed to be. So I feel I am also pretty much impressed with the design and packaging. I wanted to point out Anupam. You just mentioned it as well. He said the brand positioning and marketing is going to take a lot of effort. So today, where do you people stand?
I
After, of
think
course,
we have a product market fit. We have that. Uh, See, Shark Tank में ना, you get only what 1 hour, 1.5 hour to showcase your product. And उसमें काफी कुछ sharks को और काफी कुछ pitchers को भी नहीं समझ आता कि where we are placed.
right.
क्योंकि आप 1.5 घंटे में इतना कुछ ही बता सकते हो कि how you're doing and what you're doing. So, like our sunscreens, I think we have a very good product market fit for our sunscreen in terms of pricing, in terms of everything. We just need to scale it up, and we are scaling it up. तो हम मतलब fortunately we were ahead of where Anupam was thinking कि हम उस वक्त हैं, और we are getting a lot of support from Anupam, from Vinita. So I think we are very close to achieving that product market fit for almost all our products. For vitamin C, for sunscreen, I think we are already there. And right now, it's just the growth phase. Next 6 महीने साल में बड़ा करना है बस, यही है मैं.
Wonderful. So, what are these growth plans supposed to be like? As of now, do you already have your milestones chalked out, Kanika?
Yes, we have our, like, we've placed ourselves and we've placed the targets in place for ourselves that, this is the minimum, bare minimum that we have to do going forward with each and every month, growing with 35%. That is what we've targeted for ourselves. And we are on the right track, I would say.
So, today, besides being on Amazon, any other marketplaces you're approaching? How are you networking? What are you planning to do?
We've already started, like, going ahead and selling on our own website. And we are already on Flipkart, Tata Click, Nykaa. We've recently onboarded on Nykaa.
Okay, lovely.
Very soon we will be on Myntra. We are on the final stages now.
Okay,
We are already on Purple, Meesho, all main target places. We are marketplaces. We are there.
wonderful. So, are you looking at targeting mostly from your website itself, or besides these, what is going to be the ratio like?
Right now it is 80-20 marketplaces and our website. We're definitely looking to grow the website. So we just launched on 23rd when the Shark Tank episode
Okay,
aired.
okay.
That's when we started selling on our website. We had a website earlier, but we were not selling through it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we are already at 20-25% or direct from our website. So looking to grow on that part, probably ratio in the coming 6 months, so it'll remain something similar. But we'll want to build on our website definitely, because that's where we are able to interact with the customer, and we are able to provide them with a better follow-up, better uh, content, and interact more closely with them. So that's the whole idea. We want to be customer focused, or from our website we have a lot more uh, channels of communication are a lot more easier through our website.
And your social media presence, are you having any strategies there?
We're just on Instagram. We're growing. We have around 50 requests daily on Instagram, or that's where the major I mean hiring we are doing. So we have a team of 5 people. 3 of them are working on Instagram.
Oh,
So
lovely,
that's
lovely.
that's where we that's the probably the first point of contact for a lot of people for our brand. That's where they discover us. And yeah, that's we're looking to start on YouTube also,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a different ball game, and we want to be right, and we want to be very correct factually, and I mean,
Yes,
since that's one area we are very focused on. So yeah, we'll be starting on YouTube very soon.
cool. And if you can identify your target audience, if you can just tell me that, what do they look like?
For skincare, you start at 10, and probably जब तक हो तब तक skincare तो साथ में रहता है. So there's no target audience, I mean, as such. But yeah, I mean, people from 25 to 35, those they are, I think, are what we are focusing on right now, because they start their skincare journey at 22, 23, 24. That's where we want to get in, and we want to be a part of their journey from the very beginning. So that's the target market. But right now, I mean, if you look at our split, we have customers who are age 70, and we have customers who are age 13, 14, 15. So I mean, it's a big range right now. Uh, and it's I think that this is also because of Shark Tank, because Shark Tank is a like a universal program. So
Yes.
वो एज टारगेटिंग और ऐसा कुछ तो उसमें है नहीं. Everybody is
So the
watching.
millennial, I would I mean, ones who are actually more aware of their own skin concerns. Otherwise, of course, the only thing I can remember my mom ever doing is using coconut oil. सर्दी हो गर्मी हो, yeah.
Nivea का वो cream, cold cream या Pond's का
Divya, yeah,
cream,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
See,
That was skincare for us.
we
Yes,
actually
Kanika.
believe in that, you know, स्किन केयर का कोई एज, जैसे पढ़ाई की कोई एज नहीं होती, स्किन केयर की भी कोई एज नहीं होती. जब जागो तब सवेरा है इसमें. Whenever you want to go ahead, start using it.
But there
It
is
will
a
benefit
but
your
there is a wear and tear. So skin is not something that you can repair. You can't
No.
do that until unless there is a harsh
Mhm.
some
See,
kind, yeah,
management, it is more
induction.
about management.
Yeah, yeah.
Skincare is more about management. And एंटी जैसे एंटी एजिंग भी एक बहुत बड़ा बहुत इनसे कंट्रोवर्शियल टॉपिक है. सो एंटी एजिंग इज अ वर्ड दैट इज यूज्ड, बट इट इज मोर अबाउट एजिंग gracefully instead of anti aging.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So
So,
yeah, that's our target also. So we have a, I mean, just yesterday I was talking to a customer on Instagram I think she was talking on behalf of her mom, who's 70-year-old,
Hmm.
and she wanted to use our retinol serum.
Hmm.
So I mean, I just took over the conversation on Instagram from the person who was handling it. और मैंने बात करी. I had a good 1 hour, 1.5 hour chat with her, and she's like कि she wants to do that. अब नहीं करा अपनी एज में तो नहीं करा, but right now she just wants a healthy skin. So it's skincare is more towards healthy skin than probably गोरा होना या बहुत सुंदर दिखना. That's not the idea. Skincare is about being having a healthy skin. So I mean, that's what we were saying, ki we don't have a target market per se. So a person of 70 years is also using our products, and she uh, we have two retinols, two variants. So one is scoline based, it is more like a face oil, and
Right.
one is an
Hmm.
emulsion. So that's what she was discussing yesterday, ki she's using an emulsion, should she switch to the scoline based one. So yeah, I mean, I was very happy to see somebody of that age uh, being interested. And इंटरेस्टेड होना ठीक है, बट वो इतने डीपली देख रही थी कि अच्छा तुम्हारे पास दो है तो हम कौन सा वाला यूज करें.
I
So yeah.
I want to bring up a piece of suggestion out here, Angad, is because I've been a strategist, a content strategist, rather, let me say this, for so many companies and so many people, so many solopreneurs and entrepreneurs, authors as well. Uh, I when this one-on-one interaction happens with the client, it's best to document it. It's
Okay.
not only just document it, bring it to life. Let's say even after that 1.5 hour call that is over, even if you write a blog or even if you just say it in the voice note, it turns out to be a content piece that can be distributed very well, because she's not the only 70-year-old you're answering to or responding to. There are 70-year-olds who are not responding to, or they are sitting back
Right.
in somewhere, or they do not have that help of that younger person to interact on your behalf. And these 70-year-olds actually might need the retinols that you're suggesting.
Right.
so
Right.
so these documentations is very, and this interaction is great. So you can act when you basically go about placing it on the social media, it not only becomes a genuine concern that you're solving, because at the end of the day any business runs when you solve problems. So not only are you solving that person's problem, but at the same time you're tagging that person, which means their network also. So strategically dekha jaye to, not only on the front face of it, you're bringing the humanity out of it also. At the end of it, or, I mean, the strategic part of it is that not only their network gets heightened, so does yours.
I'll do that. I'll start doing that.
Yeah, thanks. So you have any questions for me? Do you want me to stop recording? I'm absolutely okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Kanika, you have anything to tell us? What are your words of encouragement or advice for young couples who are getting into business?
First of all, trust each other.
Yeah.
Right. That is the main thing, I guess. And fight with each other as much as you can. Fight for what is right and what is wrong, because once you fight you tend to put in ideas,
Yes.
right? And sometimes it is mandatory to put your ideas across in, like, very strongly, I guess. So that works well, that worked. And but then again, it worked out for us. I don't guarantee it whether it'll work out for anyone else or not, because as Angad said, like, we are not those typical, we are actually not a typical couple wala couple.
No, but I
We
sensed it absolutely, Kanika. I mean, hats off to you when you just said it, and it's so sensible out here. Is because, see, when you are a quieter person, or when you just keep things to yourself, there is no ideas that are getting
Right,
generated. There is no stimulation to generate. So, so
exactly.
just imagine this thing. I'm sure it is already a day-to-day scenario. Husband said, "तो मैं क्या करूं? अरे तो तुम ये कर सकते थे ना?" There is a solution coming out
Exactly.
of it. So I can absolutely understand what you just said. Fight, because of course it at the end of the day generates ideas.
Right. क्योंकि कुछ लोग पता है एक्चुअली वो सोचते हैं कि अगर हम लड़ेंगे ना तो probably things will get worse.
Worst.
Yes, it may get worse. I would agree to it in some, you know, in some areas I would say. But then again, you know, that is what, like, you know, your
You need to
relationship is
strike your
about,
balance as well.
right? Because I am extreme. I am extreme in many ways,
Hmm.
right? I'm pretty sure, like, you know, Angan is the one who handles me very well. Because I am the extremist. मेरे को like वो नी ये कहता है कि like, you know, knee jerk reactions नहीं होने चाहिए, knee jerk actions नहीं होनी चाहिए. तो ठीक है ना, मैं knee jerk actions करती हूँ, you are the one to control it.
I saw that happening when the moment the shark, when the sharks were giving the proposal, the offers, and you just kneel down, like that was like literally down. You were on the floor, and a few seconds later, Angad is like, "Get up!"
Yeah,
And
actually, you know, we were not expecting that we'll get an offer.
yes,
We were
yes,
not expecting that we'll get a single offer. And that was I don't know why it happened. मेरे को तो actually मैं याद भी नहीं रहा था. मेरे को तो screen पे देख के याद आया, okay. मैं बैठी थी.
but that was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment. And I hope that there are many such moments that, of course, not knee jerking, but of course, there are areas where you get floored and Angad lifts you each time. I'm sure it's going to be vice versa too. So I bless and pray the two of you always stay together, this vibrant, authentic, and of
Thank
course,
you.
may your baby CosIQ really grow.
Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
And if we change the name, obviously you'll get to know.
Of course, please put it up on social media. LinkedIn is one place that I'm always there. And I am following CosIQ as in the company page already. If you have any, if you want
Oh,
me to
definitely. We need a lot
any
of advice.
guidance,
We need a lot of
absolutely,
advice on that.
absolutely. I'll just stop recording for now, and I
Sure.
would just suggest that in just like how CosIQ is doing so, I mean, basically, I'm following. Please follow my page as well because there is a lot of updates. Only the company profile itself is very, very insightful.
I already do.
Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely.